Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Dallas Cowboys. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check 48's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, check 99. Check 99. Lady.
On first down, Darnold. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Yo, lady. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This one caught by Crowder. A gain of 28 yards there and given the first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the slant. Check 3, check 3, check 80.
Here's Bell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's caught. It's Thomas. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Fickens' kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go, get out there. Check, lucky.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Go right in. Mike 54. Wild field. Gun. Wild motion. Here we go. Go to 54. Right in. Here we go. Go to 53.
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play here for the Cowboys. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Here we go. Go right in. Right there, 54 miles. Here we go. Go to 54, right in. 26.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Space to run past the 20, and he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Back to you. 36, 36. Mike 48.
Throwing again is Darnold. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, we're going to make the 48 right now. Let's go. Lady. 48.
Darnold from the gun. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sean Lee in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this, We're going to 53. Right there, 54. We're going to 54, right here. We're going to 53. Switch it, hey. We're going to 54, 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter gains.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the Jets' 49-yard line.
Then we're going to 53. 54. Hey, kill.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. You think the last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swain, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second and 10, Darnold. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On the counter, Elliott. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
And it's third down.
Then we're going to 52. Here we go, 47.
Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now it's Crowder. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Darnold. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And an alley to run. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
39-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And an alley to run. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Elliott. gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, and he takes off with it. It's a fake. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get off the field. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Back to throw, Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Fielded at about the 28. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere around the NFL, 3rd quarter now in Los Angeles. And that lead there for the Rams has extended. They just scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Shoot. We're going to 53.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The sack by Jordan Willis.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Crowder now to return. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
40 on sack. 48 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Hey, Delta. Mike 48. It's that.
Again, it's Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Forced out to his left. And he fires one incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Elliott, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. A good pickup there of 20 yards. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys.
Safety's creeping. Showing it.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Jenkins. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Man, I got you. Whip. Mike 5-4.
To throw is Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear, and if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 50-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 31. Check 31. Shoot up. Check safety. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 43-yard line. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Right there.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9. At the
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Got his man there complete to Gallup, and they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Here we go. Go right in. Check back 54. Here we go. Going to 52. 26.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Tighten down. There you go. Hey, lady.
On 1st down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Antoine Woods coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go. Jay Haywood.
Now Darnold. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Red 80. Back and go full set.
Here's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here we go. G. Kill. All day. Check.
Throwing here, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
Prescott.
Yeah, baby.
To Michael Gallup. Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First down, Cowboys.
There you go. Go right in. Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that ball. Get that ball. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Right in.
First down, Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.